Hello, welcome to Swiss Watch Gang. As you know, I promise you guys to show you new watchmakers, special brands, something you don't see on YouTube that often. Today is no different. I have a special guest here, Patrik from GoS Watches from Sweden. Patrik, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
How are you? Good?
I'm good. We've talked about this for a long time.
Yes.
I'm finally here.
Yes. The last video we've done together was in Dubai Watch Week, right? 2-3 years ago?
3 years ago, I think. Yeah. That was the premiere of the Northern Lights.
Exactly, which
collection.
we also have here. So we're going to show it today in better quality than at the fair. But we just talked about it. We actually met in Baselworld, right, in the hallway. My question for this is also like, where did you start? And also, where does the name come from?
GoS name comes from the two founders. The G is Jochen Gustafsson, knife maker.
Yeah.
And the S is my family name, Sjögren.
Yeah.
The watchmaker. So it started as a collaboration between a knife maker and a watchmaker.
Yeah, that's how I also remember you by Damascus, using Damascus in all kinds of ways, cases, dials, which you also have here.
Yeah.
So how did it continue? What was the...
I would like to say that, or think like, we are the original Damascus steel watches.
Yeah.
And the first watches we made were officially delivered in 2008. And those had the dials, crowns and other parts already in Damascus steel.
Yeah.
Everything was organically financed.
Plus you're in Sweden, right? You're not like a Swiss company, Swiss made stamp of approval or whatever.
And it was very far to the resources here in Switzerland. So I had to do pretty much everything myself.
Yeah.
But I enjoy that, and I also do a lot more than normal watchmakers. I enjoy working with the case and the dial and hands.
And with different patterns, right, and designs which we don't see, like. And I remember you've done a lot of piece unique watches because I had my friend Amr, the horophile, on the show years ago. For his collection, and that was one of my favorite watches when we filmed it.
Thank you.
Because the macro shots of that Damascus tempered dial were just amazing. Looked like Lord of the Rings. You go into this different countryside. It was sick.
Well, that's how I like to treat Damascus steel. So most people just want to see the pattern on the surface, but I want to etch, so you have a three-dimensional effect. I'm very proud he chose to make a watch for him.
Yeah. So today we have a few pieces here on the channel. Which one do you want to start with?
Well,
what's the one that...
maybe we should start with the new ones.
Yes, the new collection.
The new collection.
Which is these two pieces right here.
Yeah.
So let me pick up the first one, which is my favorite, the deep blue dial. So first of all, explain the dial to us, because it's not really common, huh?
No. It's actually the first GoS model that has a dial that's not made in-house.
Okay.
Yeah. I normally make all the dials myself, but this is the first GoS dial that's made entirely in Switzerland, because I had an idea to visualize frost on a window on the dial. So, and this is the fruit of 2 years of labor to also to get Swiss manufacturers to do something they never have done before. Especially the miniature ice blocks, they were quite a challenge.
On the outskirts, right? On the Richot, basically, essentially, of the dial. So
and then there's print on the dial as well. It's a frost pattern I designed. It's printed in 2 colors.
Yeah, because the name of the watch is...
Frost.
Exactly. So the little blocks on the outskirts of the dial, which essentially are like minute markers as well, huh? Like 5-minute increments?
Yeah, the inverted minute markers, because it's a space... That's ours, and then there are small indents in the sapphires.
And they're very
pieces.
3D. So what's the material? Are they luminous? How did you even do these? Like
these are solid sapphire crystal.
Wow.
And
easy to make, huh?
No, extremely difficult. Actually, I can mention the first quotation I got for the sapphire pieces alone was 10,000 Swiss francs.
For what? For one?
Just for the 12 sapphire pieces alone. But there's also a luminescent superluminova behind the sapphire.
Yeah.
So there's a glow as well.
So, and also I assume the pieces, the crystal pieces, like transmit the luminova a bit further.
Yeah. It transmits
like a prisma almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
But I also designed the case to reflect light upwards and inwards.
Yeah.
So normally cases have straight edges, but I made the first one. I made the latest watch with tilted edges.
Yeah,
to
that
make
was nice.
To make the dial look a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And you also saw more details, and I've used that design again here.
And you've used the Damascus on the bezel.
Yeah.
And the buckle.
The buckle is there's always one piece of Damascus steel in a GoS watch, but when I introduced the Sarek Frost, I wanted the focus to be on the dial.
Yeah. And the hands are your design? Because I don't see them around, huh?
No, it's our design, and they have been developed for over 10 years. So they started off quite wide. The original inspiration was Viking spearheads or arrowheads.
Obviously,
yeah.
Swedish guys.
And I actually have a small collection of Viking artifacts in the showroom to show exactly.
I need to come and see that.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
You're welcome.
And the back also has a very high-end movement inside, I see.
Yeah, it's La Joperet.
Yeah.
It's made to my specification, and then I also designed the skeletonization for that. The whole rotor is tungsten.
Oh, nice.
So it's extremely difficult to work with.
Yeah.
But I found a company which is a neighbor of La Joperet. So they made that skeletonization for me.
Awesome. And there's a bit of a frost as well on the back of the case.
So I took the same design I made for the dial, and I do the engraving of that in my workshop.
Ah, gorgeous. And it's also a very thin watch.
Yeah.
Because I remember you used to have a bit more thicker watches.
Yeah.
And now this is, what's the thinness of it, approximately?
I think it's below 11, 10 something.
Yeah.
And the diameter is 41.5.
Yeah.
But it looks smaller because it tapers.
It does,
to the edges.
There was quite really nicely polished lugs as well, huh? With two types of finishings I see here. I mean, it looks like a very nice daily watch, huh?
Thank you.
And then we have a more light blue version of the watch, like ice blue, or
I call it ice blue.
Ice blue. Huh? So here we have them side by side. You can really compare the colors. What's maybe your favorite, or what was the first one? Was the ice blue, huh? Right?
Actually, not. The whole concept was developed with the darker blue.
Okay.
But then I realized that it would work well on a lighter blue as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it started with the dark blue and then developed.
Beautiful.
Into the lighter one.
You have a preference or no? Like your babies? One of those situations?
Yeah, it's really tricky. You know, the darker blue was my baby, but then as I saw the lighter blue come to life, it has grown on me. Yeah. So I think I would pick that one now.
Awesome.
But I'm not sure if I would like to have a Damascus steel bezel.
Yeah.
That one has a plain. The light blue has a plain bezel.
Just make a tempered Damascus steel bezel, and that's it. You know?
But that's stainless steel. I can't temper that, unfortunately.
Yeah, you'll find a way.
But I also worked a lot with the finishing. I wanted the whole case to feel frosted.
Yeah.
So I developed a very fine satin finish on the top of the lugs and also on the bezel.
Yeah. Gorgeous. And the crown is also custom on all these 4 watches, right?
Yes.
Custom.
It's basically everything you see is custom GoS design.
Yeah. Awesome.
And the crown also has a specific feature. The design was, of course, inspired by Viking elements. If you think of a Viking sword, and the sword has a protector, it's called a hilt.
Yeah.
And we found one with a very interesting shape, and we rotated that shape to get a volume, and that's how we created the crown.
Very nice.
And the crown also has actually a technical detail as well. It has like a hidden shock protector, because it has a deep neck that protrudes, recesses into the case.
So the next 2 here are also very vibrant in colors. We have 2 variations here.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I saw in person. I'm not sure. On your Instagram, I think yes, but in person, not.
The green one, I'm sure you have seen, because that was premiered.
Was it in Dubai?
Yeah, it premiered in Dubai, and that's the original green Northern Lights color.
Yeah.
But then I've developed different colors as well, and then it's also been available with Damascus steel dials, but the GoS dials it's been the absolute favorite by my clients.
Yeah, for sure.
And then requests for different colors have come, so I think I have made like 7 different colors, and one of the latest is the one you're holding, fuchsia.
Yeah, fuchsia, gorgeous.
Deep pink.
And here the bezel and the side case is Damascus?
Yeah,
right?
Stainless Damascus steel.
Stainless Damascus steel with a very nice pattern.
Yeah.
And also the minute track and the hour ring here, the chapter ring, is special.
That's actually hand-blown Swedish crystal.
Yeah, you wanted to really complicate your life a bit more again.
Yeah.
You know? You're like, this is
Always.
too easy. Let's do something
But you know,
special.
I always want to bring as much Swedish handcrafts into the GoS brand as possible.
So you work with a local artist or glass blower?
Yeah, glass blower. And he also makes the presentation boxes that these are delivered in.
Wow.
Yeah. But then it's also done to the max, because it's not supposed to be possible to make these kind of rings.
And so small, I assume, huh?
Yeah.
And precise.
Yeah, so it's really tricky.
Gorgeous. And the guilloche, you make it in-house or?
No, I have a collaboration with Jochen Benzinger.
Oh, nice.
Since
Germany, yeah?
Yeah, since more than 10 years. And we developed this pattern together.
And the pattern is, I mean, knowing you, it could reflect like the night sky, like the northern lights.
It's actually northern lights.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
looks like it, huh?
I told him, I sent him some photos of northern lights, the swirling of northern lights.
You're like, I need this.
Yeah, can you make something like this?
He's like, sure.
And then he made something, but it originated from 12 o'clock, and I felt, I turn it around. And
this makes more sense.
Yeah, that's
starts on the bottom. And
exactly. So anyone who has seen Northern Lights see what I mean. Yeah, it really looks.
And there's Luminova as well.
Of course.
Of course.
I played with Luminova for quite some time, and for the Northern Lights watches, I was joined by none other than James Thompson, Black Badger.
Yes.
So we developed two-sided Luminova, so it's lit both from the dial. I made recesses in the dial, so I filled that with Super Luminova, and then there's also a ring.
Awesome.
With the Lumicast around the glass, so it lights towards the center of the dial.
Yeah, you like complicate a bit more again, huh? But the results is really beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank God you did that. And the second disc is your logo again, huh?
Yeah. We have two logos, GoS and then the Viking Triskeley.
Yeah, Triskeley. Yeah. You need to Google that. First time I heard
that. Both Viking and Celtic. They have like symbols.
Yeah.
And this one we developed from a symbol was used for Odin, a Viking god.
Nice. Thor's father.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
We watch. We love Marvel, so you know. Yeah. Odin.
Yeah. And this is a Schwarz-Etienne movement, by the way.
I saw this.
Yeah.
With some customizations by you. Huh?
Yeah.
I see the rotor has a Damascus.
It's Damascus rotor, and I also wanted them to make a separate bridge for the escape wheel.
It's beautiful, and also your how do you call the tool on the winding barrel? The logo?
Yeah, the Triskeley.
Yeah, the Triskeley.
Sorry.
Triskeley. All good.
You can say symbol. GoS symbol.
Triskeley.
Triskeley.
Sounds much cooler.
Yeah.
Awesome. And this is a green. Is it tempered or coated Damascus? Or?
That's coated. That's actually coated in the same technique I use for the dial.
Yeah. This one is green and this one is a fuchsia color. Huh?
I use nano ceramics.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Why not?
Make it difficult.
Yeah, make it,
do something that no one else does.
Exactly.
So I took a technique that's used in jewelry.
Yeah, awesome.
And applied it to watches. You often need to explain that Damascus pattern is not on the surface alone, but it's
the whole thing, huh?
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the pattern goes all the way through the material, and I say that Damascus patterns are like a three-dimensional sculpture because it continues inside the material. So you have to know the material and the pattern inside out to find the sweet spot in the material. Beautiful. And my new partner is in bladesmith.
Awesome. So he knows his stuff. Huh?
He is an expert in that area.
And we have a few different patterns here for the dials as well.
Yeah.
Which we'll do like some nice close-ups of. I mean, this is just gorgeous. And you could temper those or no?
Those are carbon steel, so I can temper them.
Oh.
Yeah. So I can make them blue.
If anyone has a wish, he's the guy.
Thank you.
What's next for you, Patrik? Any collabs coming up?
Yes.
What can you tell us?
I have 2 collabs coming up.
Nice.
First of all, I'm working on, now that the Sarek Frost has been released, I'm working on a watch with the same technical specification but with Damascus dials. And that's why I brought the Damascus dials with me.
Awesome. So the Damascus dials will be on these watches with the same like chapter ring blocks or something new?
I'm doing a new chaptering because I want to show all the Damascus. So I'm doing something
very cool.
And it will involve sapphire.
Okay. Yeah.
So it will be transparent.
Easy.
Once again.
Easy work again.
No, but then I have 2 collaborations. One with a big brand actually.
Okay, which we of course can't mention.
No, unfortunately not.
Awesome.
But then I have a collaboration with a Swedish fashion designer.
Okay.
Yeah, he is a really cool guy.
Okay.
He works mainly in leather, and he has artists. Very famous clients.
So I assume the leather, the strap will be out of his leather?
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah, and the box.
The box? Leather dial?
No.
Oh yeah?
It will be a Damascus style.
Okay.
But I'm working on a new finishing, so it will be very dark. The whole watch will be sort of black.
Badass.
Black, gray, and gold theme.
Oh, nice. That's a good combination. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for people that want to buy one of your watches, what's the price point? So of the Frost and of this beautiful with the Schwarz.
Well, the Frost is the new entry level, and they start at 9,500 US. The Northern Lights start at 19,500 and upwards.
Different movement,
different movements.
Dial,
yeah. So the more details on the Northern Lights. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, Mr. Patrik. Listen, thank you so much for coming to Zurich, for visiting us.
Thank you.
And for us to be able to show your beautiful watches. Guys, check out Patrik. I'm going to put all the links in the video description below. If you have some questions, he'll be happy to answer those as well. Share the video, of course, as always. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.